At Stanford against Cal last time out, 6 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, and 6 scoreless frames against the Golden Bears.
3.3 season ERA for Fox. That one misses up high for a ball. A couple defensive changes for Notre Dame. Jace Lee out of the lineup in right field. Brady Gumpf in there in right today. They look to jumpstart the hitting side of the lineup with that change. Lee had fallen into a little bit of a cold streak. As Fox gets ahead 1-2 here.
Plus in an outing most of the time, but what he can do, he can keep the ball down, and even when Louisville does make solid contact, as we saw in the last 2, doesn't go very far because the ball's down in the zone, can't lift it.
Rose was squaring to bunt there. Zion Rose, the left fielder, hit a home run in the top of the first one night ago. Put the Cardinals up 1-0 in a lead that they never relinquished. Knights with a first inning home run for Zion Rose.
And now he's 8 for 15 in his last 4+ games. I mean, again, backside home run. That's to the power alley in right center field. Just got it high up in the sky and a pitch down in the zone. And let the ball carry do the rest. Zion Rose again, 9th.
Walk number also key against a team like Notre Dame that loves to get on base via the walk. He'll face a pretty talented Notre Dame lineup that has really found their stride in the second half of this season.
Yeah, and again, Bino Waters hitting right behind those 2 catchers. Waters, a phenomenal freshman for Notre Dame this season. 8 home runs on the year, batting average north of 300. DM Jefferson's really gotten going lately. Normally thought of as and he uses that fastball down at the bottom of the zone. Davis Johnson can't get to it. 1 pitch, 1 strikeout. Patrick Forbes seems to be back.
And here is the big test for Forbes. Carson Tinney, like we mentioned. Last 10 games, 2,075 OPS, 528 batting average, 8 home runs. Tyler, do you attack Tinney with the fastball considering how he's been hitting lately?
I think if you do, you've got to be really careful with it to keep it down and in. Can't let Tinney turn on one.
Not able to there. That one's fouled well back and into the parking lot here at Frank Eck Stadium. Still a full count. 7 pitches so far in this at-bat. Number 8 upcoming. It is more the throw in, not in time. So deep fly out from Waters. Tinney moves over to third.
That's where it's important for Forbes to work that pitch running into the left-hand hitter off the plate.
Brustevich hitting .348 this season with 2 outs. Irish looking for a big hit from him to tie this one here in the bottom of the first. 3-2, 2 out. Pitch on the way, fouled off.
I mean, case in point right here. Yeah, Forbes strikes out the first man he faces, but well, now the next 2 right-handers, Tinney and Brustevich, have both
sequence there. The Irish have Brustevich on first, still 2 out. 2 strikeouts on the day for Forbes. And 2 pass balls for his catcher, Colin Mowry. At the plate now for Louisville is Eddie King. He's behind 0-2. Having a phenomenal year this year, the senior. OPS over 1,000, .345 batting average. As he hits this one into right field. Gumpf is there and makes the catch. 1 out here in this top of the second inning. In the year, he's making just his 8th start of the year for the Cardinals. Going to get something started with 2 out here in the top of the second as he chops this one towards the mound, but it hit him first in some pain as it caromed off his foot. So he'll take his time making his way back to the batter's box. Here comes Sean Stifler out to have a... This is the definition of that for the Irish at this point in the season. They're in striking distance of being able to make the tournament, but need a win likely in this series and a win in that Miami series to really improve their chances.
Yeah, they had a pretty similar looking, I should say, situation at this time last year with the sacrifice bunt guys for Notre Dame this year. Look out. Oh, boy.
Roped foul ball toward the Louisville dugout. Everyone looks to be okay in there. We saw several players hitting the deck as that one came their way. Wow, was that ball hit hard.
Yeah, someone went bowling ball style backwards off the railing, head over heels. That was a shot off the bat.
Oh, 1 to DeMarco. Squares again, and this time he does get the bunt down. Forbes, glove flip, not in time. DeMarco's also going to be safe at first. Irish lead at 2-1 after a great bunt for 2.
Gump's going to give you that veteran presence, which at times Notre Dame doesn't really have because of all of the freshmen that have made their name in the lineup card this year. But he's a grad student. He's from South Bend. He has family ties to Notre Dame athletic programs.
He takes inside for ball 1. Forbes up to 45 pitches already in this one. Just 1 2/3 innings pitched. Notre Dame's gotten him for 2 runs.
TJ Schlageter, sophomore lefty, up and throwing. There he is.
Look at him there. We'll see when and if the Cardinals do choose to go to him.
In Nashville and see a Vanderbilt team they're going to be facing at home on Tuesday night. Also with East Tennessee State and Missouri State. But, I mean, Louisville's going to have an opportunity here over these next couple of weekends to really improve their stock for the NCAA tournament. They go to Georgia Tech, which has been a really good up-and-coming ACC squad this year, and then hosting a Wake Forest team that obviously is not all that far.
Multiple home runs. One of them was a grand slam, by the way, against FSU. He was the first to do so against a power conference team and the first power conference player to achieve the feat. That was just last weekend. One more note on Moore. He was also the first Louisville true freshman to start in the season opener since Tyler Fitzgerald in 2000. And so after cruising following giving up an early home run, Rory Fox running into some trouble here in this top of the 3rd inning. Gave up the triple to Neighbors and now a 4-pitch walk to Ali Saya.
And Ali Saya, of course, is another one of those guys who can take second base on you in a heartbeat. 22 steals this year. And we talked about so much how fun the matchup of Carson Tinney as a hitter is against you, because that runner was at 3rd and not 1st on a ground out to first base. And that can certainly impact a starting pitcher's psyche. But well, Fox just got to go back to his game. You can't worry about how many runs they're scoring, how much longer the inning's going. You just have to focus on the guy in front of you and do that.
The speedy Ali Saya still at first. Rose
pretty good shape, all things considered. Now just getting up above 40 pitches for the night. But a dangerous hitter here, Jake Monroe. 8 long balls on the season. And a .358 average guy.
Another hitter that has started all 45 games for the Cardinals this season. For King, the senior was massive in a 3-game sweep of Notre Dame a season ago. Looking to do the same here as he lines this one towards center field. Jefferson going back and makes the play. So Notre Dame works itself out there for a strike to Tinney. That one up there high for ball 1.
And Schlageter, yes, his class listing is sophomore, but for all intents and purposes, experience-wise, he is a first-year.
Brustevich to the plate now.
You can't say how important it is for Notre Dame to have Tinney and Waters both doing what they're doing. Because Estevan Moreno, like we talked about earlier, sure has put up some good offensive numbers. He's had the extra base power, but
everybody hitting in this 3rd inning for Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's why Parker Brustevich is hitting very close to 300.
Number 12.
Gets a hanging breaking ball. It's up in the zone. It's over the plate. And you're going to see a lot of guys in that lefty-righty matchup swing out of their shoes and maybe nick it foul or end up swinging hard over the top of it trying to hit a home run. That's not the guy Brustevich is, and he knows that. He stays within his approach. Whole dynamic of the infield.
Squares again, and it's 3-0. So 2 on. Nobody out, 3 balls and no strikes. Notre Dame's already plated 1 this inning, courtesy of Carson Tinney's solo home run to center field. Looking to build on that lead here.
Play from the freshman.
This one's fouled back. Moreno's 1 for 1 with a double today. Also came around to score back in the 2nd inning.
Of the inning has been on the base paths. Tinney with the single in the first, Moreno with the double in the second, Waters with the single here in the third after Tinney's home run. When you get a guy on the base paths physically, they're getting him in. That's what you have to do to win this game.
First pitch to Jefferson in there for a strike.
Up the protective netting here, but maybe someday it will enter the booth.
1-2. Jefferson chops this towards first base. Davis is there, and that's the inning. Notre Dame plates 2. They lead number 17 Louisville by 2. Carson Tinney, the long home run to center field, gave the Irish a 3-2 lead earlier in the inning.
To the bases without Louisville swinging the bat in the 3rd inning. He's been really efficient. And there's nothing happening right now in that Irish bullpen, so we certainly got a chance to give him 5+.
One's outside for ball 1. Giving 5+ would be big here against this Louisville lineup. Although the Cardinals can't ever be counted out of games. 5 walk-offs and 15 come from behind wins this season. Ball pitcher. But gets a swing and a miss here from Mowry. Fox trying to get through this top of the 4th inning quickly. Mowry waits on the 1-2. Just misses outside.
Gets you excited, gets you some chills, and boy, I mean, there were some fun happenings with the ACC, not just in Omaha, but the NCAA tournament last year. I mean, Chapel Thrill, North Carolina, all the walk-off home runs, the heels hit to get there. Virginia was obviously a part of the field of 8 in Omaha. Wake Forest, you think back to a couple of years ago. Those incredible duels with LSU this season.
Gumpf lines this one. Line towards 3rd and it's through for a base with 2 hits today. On base percentage up near .510. He takes a ball there. It's 1-1.
You get so wrapped up in the numbers and what Tinney has done over the last month. It's important to remember in the grand scheme of things.
They are now. Outlook would certainly look good for the Irish heading into the 2nd half of this one. Neighbors looking to change that. So the count's even at 1-1.
And of course, baseball can erase a stat like this in a heartbeat, but Louisville is 0-9 this year when they are out hit on the scoreboard, and right now it's 7-2 Notre Dame. This will give us another good look at whether the glove made contact. That's the only question because he wasn't at the bag yet.
Oh, he got him on the
Yeah,
line.
he's out. So this should get overturned here. Heck of a job by Parker Brustevich. First base is not an easy position to play. I mean, a lot of people might think from the naked eye it is because, you know, you just kind of stand over there at first, don't have to really make any long.
Cardinals. He lines this one towards Brustevich, who makes another good play, and there's 2 down. The freshman making his presence felt in the field here in the top of the 5th.
Tough luck for Lucas Moore as well. He hit that ball really hard. Brustevich was playing him perfectly, and hey, all of a sudden, Rory Fox, since he loaded those bases with
Ground ball, which resulted in an out. Behind 0-2 here, though. Hit high out towards right field. King Jr. is under it. Issued to Moreno. He's on base for the second time today. There'll be 2 outs for DM Jefferson.
His on-base streak goes to 8 games. Already did earlier with that double he hit in the second inning to set up Notre Dame's second run. Schlager's just got to work his way through this thing. Kid playing in his home state of Indiana up in South Bend, and he's a young guy still trying to figure out how to miss bats for the season. Jack Brown, 23 walks, 41 hits allowed in just over 31 innings pitched, so he's got a lot of reps, but that ERA up at 6. Maybe you give him a chance at a 7th because he's going to have that extra day of rest next week. With this being a Friday start, he's normally the Saturday guy.
And likely, Tyler, if he does get out of this inning soon, he would face the bottom of the Louisville order in the 7th. So another reason to leave him out there potentially. For now, though, he's
now hitting the ball hard all 3 times up there. He's got 2 roped singles as well, second of which drove in another run in the 4th. And we'll bat right after Davis Johnson here. He's had a nice night as well. Going just an easier pickup, and right at both ends of the Cardinal infield there for getting that done. 2 up, 2 down.
now Bino Waters. Waters singled and scored in the 3rd inning and has had 2 flyouts to center field to bookend that. Takes down. In time! Waters caught stealing and will head to the top of the 7th. Excellent throw from Mowry to get Waters in time. Louisville still failed to amaze me. Especially considering the pitch was actually really inside. About as far as you could get from being anywhere close to outside. Still have to respect the dedication.
Which has been questionable for Notre Dame this season, and probably in a closer game tomorrow. Would you still use him? We'll see what happens.
That one misses for a ball. Tyler, I'd have to imagine that even with that kind of lead, you'd really want to secure the win with how much it would mean not only in this series but for the rest of your season. You don't want to give Louisville any breathing. Another guy that's been quiet today. Line out, ground out, and walk in his 3 appearances. He's got more with excellent speed at second base. He's got 38 stolen bases and has only been caught stealing 1 time. As that one misses for a ball. 1st inning tonight. What can he do here? Swing and a miss. Strike 3, big time put out for Toby.
This is a slider that just drops right off the outside corner of the plate. I mean, you cannot throw the pitch better than that.
3 as we head to the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning, Notre Dame looking to protect a 3-run lead against number 17 Louisville. You see how it happened here.
Yep, Rory Fox, the big story for Notre Dame. 7 strong innings, quality start with 2 earned runs allowed, and the Irish offense scored in each of the first 5.
See what he can do here with Johnson at the plate. As Johnson takes ball 4. And now the leadoff 2 men are on for Notre Dame. And I don't know how many times we've said it today. This is not the man you want to face coming into the game. .1-0 on the way. Hit hard down the 3rd base line and just foul.
Have to regroup right now. They've got another lefty warming up in that bullpen. This thing's just coming into a strange and dragged out end for them. But the hope for them is that you contain it all to just this one game and you don't let the
change that 0 to a 1 in that category, but again, wind really knocked that one down out there in center field. This one's hard hit down the 1st base line, off the glove of Davis, and Hinks has himself a hit.
The shortstop, number 3, Esteban Moreno.
Take a look at it here. 4 of 5, a homer, a double, and 3 RBIs. He's behind the plate for Toby McDonough as the Irish look to close this one out.
What a night for the Irish, and what a night again for Carson Tinney. I mean, it's becoming a joke to the game of baseball what he's doing right now. The game is not supposed to be this easy, and yet here he is.
This one's crushed.
Louisville. Quality play on his part.
And a foul ball here. Got him swinging, strike 3, and that's the ball game. Irish take it 10-3 over Louisville. Here's a look at the strikeout that ended it.
All right, folks, we're gonna have a rubber match. Back to that breaking pitch, down again. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Toby McDonough, 3 overall, as Notre Dame gets it done on the